When someone thinks of the best work in science fiction history, some people who are more movie fans might jump to something like Star Wars, Interstellar, or maybe even the Blade Runner films. Then maybe some people who are bigger readers would claim that it could be any one of Isaac Asimov's many classic sci-fi novels. So that's why I'm here today, to inform all of you on what the true greatest sci-fi of all time actually is. The GOAT of science fiction, a genre over 200 years old, has all amounted up to this. The greatest work in science fiction history is none other than Darling in the Franxx. First, let's go back in time a little bit to when I first watched Darling in the Franxx. It was late 2020, around the time when I had first gotten into anime after watching all of Naruto, which was my first anime ever. I personally had loved the romance aspects of Naruto, and I had wanted to watch a romance anime, but I just never pulled the trigger on actually checking one out. Then one faithful night, everything changed. I was screen sharing in Discord to my friends, just watching random anime edits without a care in the world. Since it was around November time, we had all just started our full year of school online with no other responsibilities, so we were all staying up late every single night. One of the videos we just happened to stumble across was a Darling in the Franxx AMV. Me and my friends watched this AMV maybe like 20 times in a row, debating whether or not it was worth it to watch a romance anime. But after I had gotten off my PC, I crawled into bed, got a 1-month free subscription to Funimation, and binged the first 10 episodes of Darling in the Franxx. When I woke up the next day, I joined my Zoom class, muted the mic, and watched the entire rest of the series. I instantly fell in love with this series. It left me completely empty for weeks, and for the longest time I have been longing for another season or just a movie, just anything else involving these characters. From that moment onward, I became a full-on anime fan and never looked back. I still go back and watch that same AMV 3 years later with my friends and reminisce about the day that everything changed. Now for the story of Darling in the Franxx is something people love to talk shit about. You have the people who say it was bad from the very beginning of the show, then you have the people who say it was the ending that ruined the show. But in my personal opinion, I believe the story was great throughout, and the ending some people may dislike, but I think it was perfectly bittersweet. Overall, I think the story for Darling in the Franxx is great, and I think the Hiro and 02 dynamic is absolutely amazing from when they met in childhood and he'd snuck her out of the lab and gave her a piece of candy, therefore that's the reason why she loves so much sweet food. The way the relationship developed all the way till episode 13 when she found out that he was the one she met all that time ago was absolutely amazing. An incredible job done by the team behind this anime, and I think that part of the story was done brilliantly. Now I'm not going to spoil the ending, but I think it's done right, and I think it perfectly fits the story and the type of show this really was. Overall, in my opinion, I think the story for Darling in the Franxx was absolutely amazing, and nobody can tell me otherwise. Now the animation, nobody can argue that it's bad, coming from Studio Trigger, A1 Pictures, and Cloverworks, so you know this anime has some great animation. Anything that has mechs in it and Studio Trigger touches it, it's going to be beautiful, and Darling in the Franxx is absolutely no exception. Now for the side characters and even our main character Hiro, they were great, but not necessarily amazing. The place where this anime really shines is 02. The heart and soul of this anime, a character that so many people around the world adore and for good reason. 02 is one of those characters that has the waifu ability, and Darling in the Franxx is a show that kind of gets affected by that ability, and most people end up remembering 02, but not the entire show as a whole. But overall, I loved the writing and dynamic between 02 and Hiro, and I think 02 especially was written really well. Overall, Darling in the Franxx is a masterpiece, being one of the best sci-fi shows of all time. Could all of this just be nostalgia? And could Darling in the Franxx just be an okay show with a bad ending? It's definitely possible. But everyone out there has shows and manga they hold close to them regardless of how bad other people say the story is. But with that being said guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you guys have a series you love but other people say is bad. Let me know. Be sure to hit that post notification bell to never miss another upload, as well as check out some of my socials down in the description below. Be sure to check out one of the videos popping up on screen right about now. But with that being said, as always, thanks for watching. Peace.